Sup? This Alex Shu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about, the war between MGTOW and feminism is killing the economy, okay? But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name's Alex Shu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your smallest finger during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 52. In 2 months, I'll be 53. See, I still look pretty skinny, right? I don't have any belly fat. You don't see any muscles on my belly because I never work out. I never go to the gym. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. If you're interested, you want to look like me when you're 52? Livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Yeah, I went to San Francisco downtown to meet a friend just a week ago. And, well, because it's APEC, because, Xi Jinping and other CEOs from other countries, they came, they cleaned it up a little bit. But I think it's going to get really dirty, really fast after the APEC, But anyway, while I was walking downtown, I was thinking, why the economy is so bad nowadays? It's getting worse and worse, And I think it's because of MGTOW. I think it's because of the struggling MGTOW and feminism. There's war between women and men nowadays, okay? But anyway, I show you a clip from San Francisco downtown that Yeah, you walk down downtown with San Francisco today, right? Everything is fucking closed, One store after another. Everything is closed, okay? The reason is because there's not enough people going to work. Most offices, they say 35% of the offices are empty now. I say it's more like 50%, Really, nobody is going to work. You know why? Because it's not fun going to work anymore. Back in the days, in the 1970s and the 80s, men, they like to dress up, right? They wear suits, they wear tie. Women, they wear dresses, right? And they buy a fancy purse, put on makeup, They go to work. Women don't really care back in the days. They would spend like half an hour doing makeup before work, And they have to drive to work and spend another 45 minutes driving to work. Men also, right? Men, they put on the best suits, put on some cologne, drive like 45 minutes to work. You know why? Because back in the days, working is fun, Because you never know who you're going to bump into at work, right? You might bump into a beautiful girl, a client, like a brand new client, just walk in. And let's say you're a bank clerk or something, beautiful girl walk in, open up an account with you. Right, you get to flirt with the girl a little bit, maybe get to know her, whatever, right? Back in the days, working is fun, But or you could flirt with your coworkers, right? You like a certain girl that at your work, you could flirt with her. Nowadays, nobody wants to go to work anymore. It's not because of crime. It's not because homeless people on the street. It's because working is not fun nowadays, All this Me Too movement and feminism, It's like you cannot flirt with a girl nowadays, right? Unless you're a fucking Chad. Unless you're like, you have an 8-inch dick, you're over 6 feet tall and you're very, very handsome. You look like James Bond. And yeah, maybe you could do no wrong. You could flirt with anybody. No one's gonna complain about you, right? But an average Joe like you and me, you cannot flirt with anyone. You say you make a bad joke and fucking the girl's gonna report you to to your boss, get you fired, right? So now a lot of if you're a man, you go to work, you have to avoid female coworkers at all costs, this working environment is no longer fun, you understand? So a lot of men, nowadays they just want to stay home. They just want to work from home. Right? Let's say you're a medical biller, or if you're a computer engineer or a lawyer or something, or you're an accountant, you just stay home. Why do you have to go to the office? What for? You don't want to, because you don't want to meet anybody nowadays. You just want to stay home. You don't want to fucking get complaint from your female worker and get you fired, right? So it's safer staying home, you know. When everybody stay home, then all the restaurants will close up. Nobody goes to work anymore. So restaurants, you know, the business of restaurants would fall. When restaurant business fall, they start to close up, right? So one restaurant after another, they close up. And when restaurants close up, the storefront starts to close up, you know? The reason is because, I mean, it's not fun walking the street without restaurants, right? You see all the good restaurants are closed. Then why would you walk the street? Why would you shop on the street? There's no food vendors, right? I mean, what if you become hungry? Right? You're not just, I mean, when you're walking the street, it's because it has good food. You know? Food is the most important thing, you know, when you walk the street. Without good restaurants, you don't want to shop. I mean, what's the point going out shopping without restaurants, right? So when food vendors, when restaurants, they close up, all the stores, they all start to close up. Also, why I say that MGTOW and war between MGTOW and feminism is the cause for bad economy is also this. Like men, they no longer want to date women, right? And what happened is when they don't date women, they don't go to the restaurants, you know, because usually men are like this, you know. I mean, a single man who don't want to date women, if they go to restaurants, they go to the cheapest restaurants. You know, I'm talking about like fast foods, like McDonald's, Burger King, or whatever, right? They don't go to expensive places, right? So you could imagine if there's a lot more MGTOW nowadays, right? So all the expensive restaurants, they would close, they would shut down. All the expensive cuisines, they have to shut down because not enough daters, not enough people dating, right? And when there's not enough people dating, a lot of stores, they also lose business because, I mean, I remember back in the days when I was like, when I go to the club every day, you know, I buy myself a lot of good stuff, you know. I buy myself nice shoes, nice jacket and everything, right? Buy myself cologne, buy myself, I don't know, gel, you know, for my hair. I buy all sorts of products, right? But now I'm MGTOW. I don't buy shit. You know, I have a pair of shoes, that's it. And I wore my shoes for 10 years, okay? There's a hole at the sole of my shoe. You know what I do? I glue it up with glue gun, you know? I don't care anymore. I mean, I don't date anymore, so no one's going to look at me. So I wear a piece of shit shoes, and for 10 years, I really don't care. So when men and women don't date anymore, they don't buy anything. So all the clothing store, they shut down. All the jewelers, they shut down. You know, nobody's buying diamond rings anymore. Nobody's buying fucking expensive necklaces anymore. They all shut down, right? No more people going to restaurants. They shut down. Restaurants shut down. So economy just gets worse and worse. And in this country, you know, when the economy gets worse, you get homeless people and crime. You know, crime's everywhere. You got car windows breaking in. You got store windows broken. So I don't know. And when somebody breaks your restaurant's window, right? It's gonna cost you like $1,000 or $2,000 to replace the window. You know, and nowadays there's a lot of restaurants' windows getting broken into, right? So, you know, you reserve a piece of glass, it'll take you like 1 month. Yeah, in San Francisco, somebody broke your window. You call the glass company. They'll tell you, oh, we don't have enough glass right now. You're gonna be on the waiting list. So you're gonna have your restaurant could be shut down for the entire month just to wait for the glass, right? So, and you have to hire, and if you're a store owner, if you sell expensive clothing or jewelry, you have to hire bouncers, you have to hire security guards, right? Everything, so the cost is going to go up, right? In San Francisco, man, you buy a bowl of ramen. Fucking, I love ramen, Japanese ramen. I love that shit. But nowadays, it's not worth it anymore. You go to San Francisco downtown, you buy yourself a bowl of shoyu ramen or something, or shio ramen or something. Pork ramen. Back in the days, it was like $7, $8 max, right? Nowadays, you have to pay $16. And then guess what? Nowadays, the restaurant owner would always add tax and 15% tips. So when he hands you the bill, it's no longer $16. It would be like $20 or $21 for a bowl of ramen. Large bowl of ramen, and then the ramen, they add very little things in there. It's like fucking everything is shrinked. I mean, wow, everything is so expensive nowadays. Because of due to the crime. Due to the crime. And also, there's less people on the street, so they have to charge you more, I think it's going to get worse, man, because MGTOW is spreading nowadays. MGTOW is mainstream nowadays, Also, another biggest reason why MGTOW is killing the economy is, they're not producing any more children, 'Cause you can imagine, nobody wants to get married anymore, right? So fertility rate is going to drop. The United States is already at 1.8 or something. It's like 1.88 or something. It's pretty low. It's dropping every year. When people are not giving birth to children, a lot of jobs, will be lost. For example, there's not enough kids, right? Not enough kids going to school. So you're going to have to lay off teachers and college professors, and right? A lot of people, especially at the education department, they're going to lose their jobs. And when there's not, older people, they don't really buy that many things, Older people, they just basically go out and buy grocery, right? I mean, older people, they're not as healthy, right? So they stay home most of the time. They don't, because they're old. They're not as attractive. They don't need to buy new clothes. They don't have to buy makeup. Younger people, they buy. Teenagers, they are like major consumers, right? But when fertility rate drops, right? I mean, nobody's buying anything anymore. So more people are getting older and less people are getting younger. So you could imagine. So people buy less things. People eat less. Right? So restaurants and stores, they close down, they close even more. When stores close, the factories, they stop producing products. Right? Everybody getting laid off. But anyway, that's what I want to say today. Have a nice day.